Myra. Today is Monday, May 4th, and today what we're going to do is we're going to do a project called a Moonlight scenery oil pastel drawing. But if you don't have oil pastels, that's fine. You can also use crayons to complete this project, but if you have oil pastels, this is a really good beginner's project that you can do so you can feel a little bit more comfortable and stuff working with oil pastels. So the things that we're going to need for this project is we're going to need white paper, any kind, construction paper, sketchbook paper, just white printer paper. If that's all you have, you use that. You can also use watercolor paper, okay? You're gonna need oil pastels or crayons and masking tape, okay? And so let's get started on today's project, okay? And you're also going to need a pencil. So I'm going to move my phone down so you guys can see my workstation. You can see that I've already prepped my paper and I have gone ahead and taking my masking tape. How I prep all of my papers is I want to create a nice crisp line all the way around the edge of my paper. And so what I do to do that, to accomplish that, is I take my masking tape and I tear pieces and then I just put them around. This makes the paper on my table stationary. It doesn't move then, and I can just go to work and stuff with this. So what we're gonna do to draw this out first is I'm just gonna take, I need a round circle for my moon, because we're going to do, this is Moonlight scenery. Okay, so my masking tape roll is gonna be my moon, but you can use a cup or a glass or whatever you have, and we're just going to, with our pencil, just draw around the circle, and this is our moon, okay? And so what we're going to do is we actually need 3 different kinds shades of blue, okay? We need a dark, a medium, and a lighter, all right? So that is what we're going to do. We're going to start first with the dark color, and we're just going to start going around, going down our edge. And I apologize for any background noise today and stuff. I am up at the University of Jamestown campus. They've let me use a area up here and stuff to be taping my my lessons for you all, so I can use the Wi-Fi up here. And there are people in the back offices today and stuff where normally there is not, and so there is a little bit of excess noise, so I apologize for that if that is picking up on the video. I'm not sure if you guys can even hear that or not, but I hear it and it's kind of distracting, so, but it's all good. I'm very thankful that they're letting me come up here and utilize the Wi-Fi, so I can continue bringing you guys art with Miss Myra. Okay, and you guys can kind of see the design that I'm making so far. I want rounded corners. I don't want crisp corners, so I'm going to round out all of my corners. And I've kind of drawn a large oblong circle around my my moon. And I'm gonna fill in a little bit more here. And for those of you that have worked with oil pastels before, you know that it is okay to leave a little bit of white. We're not going to fill everything in because when we do the blending with our clean toilet paper later, all that is going to be filled in, okay? So now I'm going in with my medium colored oil pastel, and I'm just going to follow along you know, that same, the same design, kind of an strange oblong circle around my moon. So it's kind of raining today in Jamestown, but hopefully the sun will peek out a little bit later and we'll get some sunshine and we can all get out and enjoy the weather today. Okay. So if you have done oil pastels before too, you know that the blending portion of this is pretty important. So what I do when I add, you know, one color over another, you know, for another color and stuff, two colors on a page, I'm trying to say, is I just do in small circular motion, I go around the outer edge of where those two colors join, and then when I start doing my blending, it just blends a little bit nicer and stuff and easier, okay? And you can do that with crayons too. If you are using crayons for this project, you can do that with crayons also. I would just encourage you to try to do you know, that with whatever medium you're using. And I thought this was a little bit later, so I'm gonna go to my next latest color, and that's this one. And like I said, it doesn't really matter how we lay our color down here with our oil pastels, because when we do our blending, this is all going to be blended together. You're going to have to be a little bit more exact if you are doing this with crayons. Fill in everything, don't leave any white. Oil pastels are something that you can pick up if you are in a rural area and have a nearby Dollar General. They have oil pastels at Dollar General. If you're in a bigger area, you can purchase them at Walmart, or you of course can order them off of Amazon. And again, I'm not encouraging anyone to go out and do any unnecessary shopping. You know, but if you're in an area that has kind of opened up, like here in North Dakota, as long as, you know, you take precautionary measures, you maybe would be able to go out and do a little bit of shopping. So, okay, and then I'm going to do my small circular motion in between my two colors, so I kind of blend this together a little bit easier. Okay. All right, so this is my base color. This is going to be my the scenery portion. Now let's go ahead and do the moonlight portion, and for this we need a yellow. And actually I'm going to use two different yellows in here just to make this moon kind of stand out. And then maybe with a little bit darker one, I'm going to come and just on one side of this make one side of it just a little bit darker, so when I do my blending it will kind of give it some depth when I do my blending. Okay, so that is it for the base colors. And so now I'm going to do my blending. And what I want to do with when I blend my oil pastels, I'm just going to take a clean piece of toilet paper or tissue, and I'm going to start down in one corner, and I'm just going to, in circular motion, start pressing on this. And going ahead and blending this. And what the effect that you get with this is you kind of get a muted effect. It's kind of a unique effect that you only get with oil pastels. And an oil pastel is just an oil based crayon, basically is what it is, okay? So like oil paint, it is like an oil based crayon. And I absolutely love using them, so. And usually this does take a little bit of time, and I want you to take your time on it, okay? And this is where it's important and stuff. Like I said, I have, you know, taped this down and stuff with my masking tape. And this is exactly why it is important. Because I don't want this to be moving around at all. Okay, and I want to be careful to stay out of my moon, because I don't want to draw any of the blue into my moon. So I'm just going to go around very carefully the outer edge of my moon. And if some of that does get in, don't worry about it. It adds character, so. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is for my moon, I'm going to take a clean piece of tissue, and I'm just going to very, very carefully go and do the same. I'm doing my blending. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add some details. And what we're going to do, and you can really do anything on this and stuff, but I'm going to show you what I would do and stuff and what I would recommend that you guys do, okay? So the first detail that I'm going to add is I'm going to just do a couple of little check mark in here, and this is for birds. This is, I want some birds to be flying across the face of the moon. And now when I just did that with oil pastel, did my little check mark, which is how you make little birds. And I'm just gonna go over that with my pencil, okay? And I have a graphite pencil, but if you have just a regular number 2 pencil, you can use that, okay? Now over in this corner, I want to add a little bit of detail, and so I'm going to draw a little tree. And trees are pretty simple to draw. There isn't a lot of right or wrong ways to draw a tree. You just want to kind of have a, you know, a limb, a longer limb, and then some shorter, you know, parts coming off your tree. And now we're going to just go ahead and fill this in with our black. We're working with black right now. Important thing about drawing trees is the base is always thicker than the top, that's the tip of it, okay? and there is my tree branch. So again, I want to blend this out just a little bit, and so I'm just going to very carefully take a little piece of clean tissue, and I'm just going to kind of do my blending with that. I don't want that to be stark, you know, against my my background, so that's why I'm going to do that, okay? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bird sitting on the branch. So I'm going to just draw. Birds are very simple to draw. You do not have to have any kind of special artistic ability to draw a bird. So it is really something that anybody can draw, okay? So I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, I can't draw that, I can't. No, you really can. So, okay? So just with 2 triangles basically and a circle, we have drawn a little bird. I added a little beak on my little bird. You can do the same. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my pencil and I'm going to add a little small details for the eyes. Just kind of go around that little bird, make some details. Make some details with my limb of my tree. So I'm kind of just outlining it. Okay. I've already got an outline there of my moon. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw around with my pencil, go around with my pencil on the outer edge of my masking tape, and that is just going to make my picture pop. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, all right. So I might dab a little bit on the little bird. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully take off the masking tape. Oops, I don't know why that always does that on the top.
Cap is open till 12:30.
Thank you.
Yep. What? Okay.
Okay, and there is our finished picture. Okay, and so as an artist, it is always important to sign your all of your drawings, all of your paintings, all of your pictures. Okay, and so what I would do with this is I would just go in with your pencil, and you're going to sign in the lower left hand corner, put your name and maybe the year 2020, and then your painting will be your drawing will be completed. Okay, so I hope that you guys all enjoyed that simple oil pastel drawing today. You can, like I said guys, you can also do that with crayons. If you only have crayons, that's fine. Go ahead and do that with crayons. You can still get some of the same blending effects as you do the oil pastels, but just, you know, not as much. So hope you guys all enjoyed that. I will be posting the video later on this afternoon with the rest of the projects and supplies that we will be needing for those projects. I will be posting that about probably fairly shortly here and stuff, about 1 o'clock or so Central Time. I'll go ahead and post that so you guys will have a listing of all the rest of the projects for this week. And as always, thank you for joining me for Art with Miss Myra. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.